What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MacroCrunch YouTube channel. Today I'm back with another daily routine and diet challenge. This time from this comment here, someone requested that I take on the Rock's daily diet and routine challenge. Now this one I'm super excited to get into. I've heard some great things. Obviously the guy's stacked, he's huge. I'll put a picture on the screen this side now. So I'm going to be trying out the Rock's daily diet. In this case, I got all this information from a link that I will put in the description below. It was an article basically talking about, you know, what he eats on the day when he's filming, when he's not, and then the workouts that he does alongside it. Now there were two options. There was a 5 meal a day plan or 7 meal a day plan. I've opted for the 7 just because this is what he does when he's, you know, training for a role. He's trying to gain a bit of size. I've opted to do that, almost the completionist version of the challenge. And alongside that, I'm going to take on the Rock's shoulder workout. Today would be my push day anyway in the gym, and his shoulders are one of his best features in my opinion, so I'm going to take on his shoulder routine as well. Now of the 7 meals we've seen on Instagram, and if you haven't, I'll put a video on the left here, that he takes on some incredible cheat meals too. None of those will be included in this video. However, if you want to see me do a video of a Rock cheat day challenge, drop a like on this video. If this video gets 10 likes, I'll do it. Without further ado, okay, good morning everybody. I don't know if you can see that, but the time is currently 3:35. As mentioned in the intro, the Rock starts his day at 3:30 every morning. That's when he wakes up. He then follows on with 30 minutes of light cardio. He says he usually does either 30 minutes on the elliptical or he goes for a 30-minute run. So I'm going to get out. I'm not going to run because it's so early. I'm going to go out for a 30-minute walk. And then get into meal number 1 at around just after 4. And I will see you then. Time is currently 3:50 and just left my apartment now. I'm going to do around 30 minutes of just walking. Now why have I opted for walking? Well, it said that he chooses to either run or do 30 minutes on the elliptical. On the days he doesn't want to run or he can't because it's raining, he'll choose the elliptical. Obviously I can't get into the gym right now because it's 10 to 4 in the morning. My gym opens at 6, so I'm going to opt to do 30 minutes of walking. I think there's going to be a lot of time to fill in this routine anyway. So I'm going to do the 30 minutes on the elliptical later when I get to the gym at around 6. But for now, I'm just going to go and do 30 minutes walking and get the light cardio in, and then we'll get into meal number 1. Now again, excuse the terrible hair. If you don't know, or if you're not a Sheffield student, I know a few of my classmates watch, so shout out. Yeah, Tuesday's quite a popular night to go out, man. I don't know if you can hear in the background. There's a lot of chanting and whatnot because at this sort of time is when people leave and they start walking back. And that's the sort of thing we're encountering now. Right, so that's the 30 minutes of cardio done in the morning. The time is currently 4:21. We've done around 3,500 steps. Like I said, I'm going to get into the gym at around 6 and get on the elliptical to do the actual cardio. But it's always good to get a start in early, like, well, very early. It's time for meal number 1. It said that he eats straight away after his cardio before the gym. So I'm going to take my time with it, enjoy the meal, let it go down before I hit the gym. So let's go find out what the Rock is cooking. 2 eggs, just scrambled, and a piece of cod. Well, this is batter, but it's the same sort of macros, same sort of thing. If you really want to know what the rock is cooking, it's a lot of rice, eggs, and fish, to be honest. That's what most of the day is going to be. Anyway, the time is currently 10 to 5 in the morning. I'm going to get this down. I'll have the calories and macros on the screen now. So without further ado, I'm going to get this eaten. I'm going to start with the eggs and fish. Get the savoury out the way first. Water as always. Okay, so that's the eggs and fish down. Wasn't bad. I love eggs. Batter, it's okay, take it or leave it. It's one of my favourite fish. Ever since I watched a lot of Chris Bumstead, and he was saying that he was eating that in his Olympia prep, and like he said he really recommended it, so I started trying it and I actually quite like it. And it's a lot cheaper for me than things like cod, like salmon. So it's a great option. Anyway, onto the oats. About halfway down on the oatmeal. Right, that's the oatmeal done. Finished the cod and eggs already, and yeah, overall I'm very full up now. That's a very filling meal, especially 2 cups of oatmeal. Especially if you're doing this before, well, I suppose he does this after he trains usually, after he's done his cardio, but yeah, overall pretty solid meal. The time is now 4 minutes to 5. I'm gonna go and chill now for around 50 minutes and then head off to the gym, where we're gonna start the workout and hit the elliptical. Okay guys, I'm just walking to the gym now. As mentioned in the intro, we're going to be doing the Rock's shoulder workout. I personally think they're one of the best parts of his physique. Therefore, I want to try out his workout and see how intense it is. It's a lot of volume. We've got a little bit more cardio to do as well. So I'll catch you when we're in the gym and I'll do a little voiceover. So as we mentioned, we're kicking off the workout with 30 minutes on the elliptical like he does. Then we started off with dumbbell shoulder press. This was 4 sets of 12 reps, followed by military press, another 4 sets of 12 reps. There's going to be a recurring theme here. Then it was front dumbbell raise, again 4x12. One of my favourite exercises, this. Then it was a lateral raise 4x12, another great one for shoulder building. Then it was meant to be reverse machine flies for 4x15, but instead I did this cable overhead press. Then finally, seated bent over rear delt flies for 4x12. Okay, so that's the workout done. Time is currently 7:45 in the morning. Loved the workout. Honestly, there's a lot in that I'm going to implement into my current workouts. I do a push-pull legs bit. I'll cover this more at the end when I summarise. But yeah, overall a great workout. Really intense on the shoulders, and you know, you can really see why he gets the growth that he has. But like I said, I'm going to summarise this more. I'm going to get back to my flat now in around 20 minutes and cook up meal number 2. See you soon. So we're back from the workout. It started raining, sucks. I'm gonna have a quick shower because I'm in dire need of it, and then I'm gonna get on to meal number 2. We're back, fresh-faced. Had a shower, obviously, hence the wet hair. And now we're gonna get into meal number 2. Okay, we're back. Meal number 2, we have got, as similarly to earlier, we've got we've got 2 cups of veg here, half a large sweet potato, and then the fillet of batter again. It did say 2 cups of vegetables, and it did say 1 sweet potato, but this was like a huge sweet potato that I got, so I cut it in half. Sort of similarly match the calories it said on the guide that I looked up. I'm going to get through this now. This actually looks pretty good. It is just a plate of gains, to be honest. That's not even a joke. Like, this isn't necessarily eating for enjoyment, it's eating for purpose, but whatever. Either way, I'm going to get this down. I know it's going to fill me up. Very hot. And I am actually a big sweet potato fan. I do prefer them to normal potatoes. I even roast them and put them in my roast dinner. I just really like the flavour of them. It's weird, you know, eating food like this at 8:30 in the morning, it feels like I'm having dinner, which is such a strange, like, idea. I'm looking out the window now and it's like just becoming daytime. So it's such a weird, like, feeling almost. Does anyone else get that where your nose really starts to run when you're eating? I don't know if it's because I eat too fast or the food's hot or whatever. It happens all the time. It's a nightmare. Okay guys, so that is meal number 2 complete. Super full. My biggest stress about this, not stress, but my biggest concern about this diet or this daily routine challenge, whatever you want to label it, is eating 7 meals a day is a lot of food, and it's a lot of frequency between the times that you're eating. So considering we ate the first meal at what, around 4:30, it's now just gone 8:40, which means we spent 4 hours between meal 1 and meal 2. Granted, this is because we've got the workout out of the way, we won't have to do that again now. I'm thinking now, do I eat every 2 hours and finish at around 6? Or do I leave it further in between? Because I'm really full. I don't know if I'm going to be hungry again or even have the capacity to eat every 2 hours when it gets to like meal 5, 6, and even 7. So yeah, I'm going to just take it as it goes throughout the day. The website I used to get all this information didn't actually say when he eats, other than that he has his breakfast after his training, after his light cardio, which is what we did. But the rest of the day is sort of my own judgment. So I'm going to take it like that and take you guys along with me. So to kill time in between meals, I'm going to watch, I'm going to theme my day around The Rock, basically, just to kind of keep with the theme, keep the video fun. So I'm going to watch the best Rock movie. Now, you know, there's tons to choose from. He's got some great accolades, Jumanji, Fast and Furious. I'm opting for Moana. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm halfway through Moana now. It's time for meal number 3. This one is the classic. We had it when we did the James Bond diet. It's chicken, rice and veg, except it's in a much larger quantity. So we've got 2 cups of white rice, a chicken thigh, and the same 2 cups of veggies that we had with meal 2. Let's make it. Right, okay, meal number 3 is ready, chicken, rice and veg. I can't wait to get into this because I'm actually quite hungry right now, surprisingly, after all the oats and the sweet potato earlier. Either way, this is going to go down a treat. I'm going to go and finish off watching Moana while I eat this, and I'll catch up with you after. What can I say except you're welcome? the chicken down. That's done most of the veg. Just the rice to go now. That was meal number 3. A great meal, chicken, rice, veg, standard. Same as the James Bond diet, like I mentioned earlier. Much bigger portion. Has again really filled me up. Hopefully this lasts longer than the next hours. I would assume it would, but that being said, eating every 2 hours is going to be hard if I am getting full up. Like I said, we'll see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. And the time's currently 25 to 11, so 10:35, sorry. And we're looking at eating again probably around 12:30, so 12:30 for meal number 4. That would be ideal. I'm going to finish my movie and get on with some work, and I'll catch you when it's time for meal number 4. So similarly to meal number 3, meal number 4 is rice and veg again, but this time with fish rather than chicken. If you can't tell, while I was watching my film, I did fall asleep for around 40 minutes, which is a bit annoying, but is what it is. Time to eat again. Let's get on with it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, same as before, well, similar. We've got rice, fish, and a veg. Okay, we're back now in my room with meal number 4. We've got a mountain of rice. There are some veggies hiding behind the pile and some fish as well, just here at the front. Again, pretty solid meal. Macros, calories will be at the bottom at some point during the time I'm eating this. Once again, just sort of time-lapse format. This meal looks great. The rice just seems to be getting bigger and bigger. I did weigh it, it is the same. But this time, yeah, fish instead of chicken, which personally I kind of prefer. I'm a big chicken fan, but the fish is growing on me throughout the day, which is like a weird thing to think about. Currently just gone 1 o'clock. I know I said I wanted to eat about 12:30, but it is what it is. Got caught up in some other bits, and like I said, I fell asleep for a little while. So 1:10. Gonna get this done probably in like 5 minutes, honestly. And then, yeah, we'll see where the next bit takes us. That is meal number 4. Quattro, finished, and yeah, again, full up, but like we expected. To be fair, one thing I will touch on, meal number 3 with the rice filled me up a lot more than the potato did, which is strange because, fun fact, potatoes, calorie for calorie, is scientifically proven to be the most filling food. However, in this case, rice has worked more for me. Just goes to show that everyone is different. That being said, only so much you can really say was tasty about it, and there's only so much you can say about it, full stop really. Fish, rice, vegetables. Luckily, that is the last of the fish, rice, vegetable sort of combo meals that we're going to be having throughout the day. It gets a little bit more interesting from here. I say a little bit with quite a heavy emphasis. But that being said, I'm going to finish the film. I've got 10 minutes left. So far, I'm loving it. It's a great film. If you haven't seen it. Yeah, my niece has been loving it recently as well, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And yeah, it's great. Yeah, then I'm going to crack on with some work, and I'm going to try and eat around 3:30. I'm going to aim for next, which is in around 2 hours and 15 minutes. Gives myself time to digest this food, or at least start to, and get it down a bit. It gives me time to do some work and whatnot, and then 3:30. I'll then eat again at around 5:30. And then do the final meal for the day at around 8 p.m. Okay guys, by now you know the drill. Meal number 5, it's currently 3 p.m, it's going to take around 10-15 minutes to cook this. It's going to be a fast and furious one. And I'm going to enjoy this meal. Because for one, I don't typically eat steak unless I'm celebrating something. And not that I necessarily am now. I mean, there's a few good things that come to mind that have happened recently. So I'm super excited to get into a steak. It's been months since I've had one. A nice baked potato as well. And then a whole bag of salad. Let's get it made. Look at that. That looks like a good plate of food. Okay, meal number 5. We're over halfway now, well over halfway. Steak, potato, and a ton of a mixed leaf salad. It said spinach salad on there. This has spinach in it and a couple of other sort of green leaves, which is always good for you. I'm super excited to get into this. Like I said, I love steak and I never eat it. I kind of hold it on a podium, sort of a pedestal sort of thing. It's one of those foods for me. So yeah, gonna get this down and then give it a little bit of time before I eat again. Again, hungry now at this meal, even after eating like 2 hours ago. So yeah, super excited. Let's get into it. Right, okay, so that is meal number 5 down. And that was by far probably my favourite meal of the day. Coming in second would probably be the breakfast, honestly. I don't know, actually. I don't know. Actually, no, meal number 3, the chicken, rice and veg would be my second favourite. I'll cover all this at the end in the summary. But yeah, great meal. That one's really filled me up. Steak is super filling. So, I know I've said that every meal and then said I'm hungry at the next. We'll see again this time. I'm not going to eat now until about 5:30, just before. I have a meeting at 6, so I'm going to eat just before then. And then get the final meal in after. But yeah, that was a fantastic meal. Really enjoyed that. Now I've got some work to crack on with, and I'm going to do that for the next, few hours. And then, yeah, jump in for meal number 6. If you've got this far into the video, please do drop a like, drop a comment, let me know who you want to see me do their daily diet and routine next. I've had a few extra comments and somewhat and messages and stuff that have suggested a few names. Yeah, let me know. And I'll catch you for meal number 6. You can see there. Right, so we're on to meal number 6. You know the drill by now. I'm gonna get it cooked. It's again just fish, rice, and some more salad. Super excited to get this meal down. I'm not going to film too much of like the cooking of it because it's very similar to the rest of the day. I'm going to get this down, go to my meeting, get that done, and then have meal number 7 to round off the day. Obviously I'll film me eating this and do the macros and calories and whatnot. But yeah, also one side note, all my work is done for the day now, which I'm super happy about. I mean, getting up early, it's shattered me throughout the day, and I have had little naps and stuff here and there. But it's allowed me to get my work done a lot earlier on in the day, so I have a lot more time to relax in the evening, which is really nice. Anyway, meal number 6. Right, okay, so now back in my room, obviously. I've got meal number 6 here. Again, a huge mountain of rice, even bigger mountain of mixed salad, and there is the fish just tucked away underneath there. You won't be able to see too much right now. There you go. It's there you go, you can see the fish there, just at the front. Gonna get this down now. Again, super good, like just a plate of gains, like I said in the other episode, the other video earlier. I've never eaten this much rice, and I really don't feel as like bloated or full as I thought I would. That being said, this is the last portion of rice for the day, so I'm gonna get it down now, go to my meeting, and wrap up with meal number 7 and a summary. Let's tuck in. I hate how much salad falls off the fork when you're trying to scoop it up. It's a nightmare. Bang, just like that, meal number 6 is done. and I'm very happy with that. A lot of rice. Bloody hell, it's a lot of rice. But that being said, yeah, filled me up again. Definitely hit the spot. So yeah, like I said, gonna go hit my meeting now. Maybe get some footage and stuff of just walking around. Who knows? I've done my 10,700 steps for the day, so I'm pretty happy with that. Obviously, we smashed the workout earlier as well, and I will catch you at time when it's time for meal number 7. Just wrapped up my meeting. It's now on to the meal number 7, the final meal of the day. We're looking at a 10-egg white omelette, 2 cups of vegetables, and a casein protein shake. So I'm going to get that ready, get it down, and we'll summarize the day. Alright guys, so there it is, the final meal. Meal number 7. We've got the 10-egg omelette, 10-egg white omelette with the veggies mixed in, and the casein protein shake. It's a strawberry flavour one by Serious Gains. I've done a review of it on the channel. Didn't get a great review, spoiler alert, but it's all I've got, so I'm going to get that down with it as well. Just added some sugar-free and salt-free ketchup and brown sauce, just to make it a bit more interesting, because it's been a lot of somewhat bland food today, so I wanted to add a little bit of flavour in the last meal, get it down, end on a high, and do the summary after this. So there we have it guys, meal number 7 is done, all the eating today is done, the workout's done. Overall, we've finished the routine pretty much. So I'm going to jump over onto the computer, get behind the webcam and do the summary. Whoosh. Okay guys, so you've just seen me finish meal number 7, the 10-egg omelette and protein shake and some veggies. So I'm going to do a sort of summary now of the entire day, what I thought, the routine, the workout routine, the food, all of it, and basically just sort of break down how I feel with it and, you know, what I felt about it and how I think that this will play into Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's life. Let's break down the nutrition. Of course, we are MacroCrunch is a nutrition channel, so I'm going to break that down now. In total, the calories were 4,752. Now, to break down the macros on that, I'll have all this on the side of the screen now. We're looking at 686 grams of carbs, 62 grams of fat, and 339 grams of protein. Now, understandably, he keeps everything very well balanced to an extent. He basically eats for function. As I was saying throughout the meals and stuff, a lot of this you can't necessarily enjoy. I imagine he must add some sort of flavors to his meals, because eating this every day takes a different kind of discipline. And understandably, he obviously has that, you know, with his strict early wake-ups and whatnot. But that being said, a little bit of flavor probably is added in certain places. Especially if you're looking for his Instagram as well. I've seen he does try some different meals and he does add things to them. But I just went off of what the article said, and I think that's a pretty accurate representation. So like I said, 686 grams of carbs is super high. Now on a daily average, I'm eating around 300 to 400. But 686 grams, I can completely understand for this guy. Think, this is his diet whilst he's training for movies and he's filming. He's going to need a lot of energy, hence why 686 grams of carbs is probably very essential for him, especially on like 3 to 5 hours sleep a night. Fats again, 62 grams, super low. He's very lean, even despite his huge food intake and his size. So keeping his fats low is going to obviously contribute to that. That being said, he's probably not going to need too much short release energy anyway with all of those carbs coming in, especially if he starts the day early with 2 cups of oatmeal, then like 2-3 hours later he's going on to rice straight away. It's easily going to sort of provide him with that energy throughout the day, so I can completely understand that. And then protein, 339 grams, again, all for recovery for the most part, gaining size like his ambition is with this 7 meals a day plan. It's all going to contribute to that, so yeah. Overall, this is a diet that I would implement if I already had a little bit extra size. I would use this to try and gain muscle. But it wouldn't work for me because my maintenance calories, even when I'm working out, are nowhere near 4,752. Mine are around, when I work out, 3,500, I reckon. So again, this wouldn't work for me. I would gain body fat far too quickly because it's too much of a surplus of calories. That being said though, I can completely understand why he has this amount of food. Again, filming, it's going to be intense, especially the roles he plays in films like Fast and Furious, Jumanji, Rampage. You know, you've got a whole plethora of films which are very intensive on him, very action-based films. Therefore, I can completely understand why he's eating this much food, and to be honest, he's probably just maintaining his weight at this. In terms of the food he's eating, again, you may have heard me say plate of gains quite a few times in this video, and I stand by that, to be honest. It really is that way. Like I said, it's food for function. He's got a purpose, he's got a goal in mind, and he's eating to achieve that goal. The food for him is just a tool to achieve that goal. And of course, he's all about positivity. I'm sure he's enjoying it. See very few variations in food. I'm assuming he's going to mix up the vegetables that he has throughout the day. I didn't, just because this was the cheaper option and to get the most sort of variation. I could have easily just eaten broccoli with every meal, but instead I opted for a frozen mix, which gave me carrots, peas and sweet corn and some green beans. But other than that, I mean, in terms of protein, he only really has eggs, fish and chicken. In terms of carbs, oats, rice, potato, and then the fats are all just sort of whatever comes as like a byproduct of the meat. And I'm assuming as well, I did chicken breast for the lunch, well, I say lunch, meal number 3. I'm assuming he does chicken breast, which would be leaner, meaning that his fats would be lower as well, and his calories. But that being said, I only had chicken thighs in, and I didn't really want to go and buy a whole pack. I know it's a rough excuse, but it is what it is. And the article did just say chicken, so it could be right, maybe not, who knows. Oh, and of course he had steak as well, which can be high in fat. I didn't know which sort of steak he had. I opted for the cheapest one, being a student, but it was relatively lean. It had only 9.8 grams of fat in it and 55 grams of protein. But overall, I really enjoyed the diet, and surprisingly, considering how much food it was and how frequent, especially with that amount of carbs, considering you retain 4 grams of water per 1 gram of carbs, I would be expecting to retain around 2.5 kilos of water. But I don't actually feel too bad right now. And that being said, I don't feel bloated, I don't feel full, I don't feel uncomfortable like I would if I was to eat a lot of food that was unhealthy, labelled as unhealthy. And I think that's credited to his high activity level as well. The fact that this is completely clean food, having worked out, done cardio twice, I think that the clean food that he's intaking, especially in my case, the food that I took in has all been used to benefit my body, hence why I don't feel it all just sitting in my stomach. I feel like it's all been digested, it's all been used for the right stuff. Compared to when you eat unhealthy foods in large quantities to get full up, it tends to just sit in your stomach because you're not processing it and using it for body development. Speaking of body development, let's move on to the workout side of this challenge and this daily routine. I took on the Rock's shoulder routine. Granted, my form in some cases wasn't always perfect. I'm still relatively new to a few of these exercises. I tend to stick to a push-pull leg sort of day, a push-pull leg sort of routine, and that's what works for me. However, I did want to try this because it would have been my push day, and I wanted to try out the Rock's shoulder routine because for me, his shoulders are one of his best features, and they're the one sort of feature on myself that I focus on at the moment quite a lot because I want to develop. That being said, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. It didn't feel super like difficult for me to get into as someone who was new to a lot of these exercises. It was relatively straightforward. He keeps it super sort of, you know, fit to function. You know, keep it simple, no need to be throwing plates around and catching them, you know. But do you know what I mean? It's like some people will go in and try and do the most and it doesn't necessarily pay off. Whereas The Rock keeps it somewhat simple. Dumbbells, barbells, that's all he needs. And I loved it. Again, like I said, it felt really good. I got a super good little pump on from it. And I really enjoyed just working out. So overall, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed filming it. As always, drop a comment below and let us know who you want me to do their daily diet and routine next. I've had a couple extra requests, things like Eddie Hall. Again, that's like 10 to 15,000 calories, depending on what sort of diet I take on from him. If you want to see that, drop a comment below. Let me know what diet you want me to do of his. Also, like I said at the beginning of the video, if this video gets 10 likes and you guys want to see it, I'll do the Rock's cheat day challenge and eat all of his cheat meals, because we've all seen that they are absolutely legendary. But if there's someone else you have in mind as well, drop that in the comments below as well and let me know what you think. I'm more than happy to try it out. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Click the bell so you never miss a video. Follow us over on the MacroCrunch Instagram account. It's at MacroCrunch down the bottom. As always, you know the drill by now. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye.